Welcome back to The Man in the Middle. I'm Bill West. I'm your host. Today we're going to do another For the Kids. Uh, this series came about when my wife was talking to one of her friends on video chat, and her friend's kids had seen my collection and they wanted to know more about it. So you're going to, pretty much see me showing off, but there's going to be some history and some knowledge I'm going to pass down. So maybe you'll learn some things you didn't know. Maybe you'll just see something you like, and you know, maybe I'll pass on my love of collecting. All right. Today we're talking about the Mandal. First, we're going to talk about Mandalorians. Who are they? Where they came from? And the history of them, or some of the history, not all of it. I'm not going to go into too much about it. And then we're going to talk about the Mandalorian itself. So, the very first Mandalorian that we saw was Boba Fett, and he was in the 1977, 78. I can't remember what year it was actually. Uh, Star Wars Holiday Special. He was animated. It was an animated sequence where he was working with Luke Skywalker. We got the first idea of who Boba Fett was, what he looked like, and you know, uh, from there it grew exponentially. Next time we saw Boba Fett, it was in The Empire Strikes Back, 1980. Uh, ah, Dang it! Trying not to. How about nope? How about that? Try not to get so much reflection. Boba Fett. That's I'm not sure. His uniform did change between Empire Strikes Back and Return of the Jedi. I'm not. I don't know all the changes, but that was Boba Fett as we pretty much knew. After that, uh, we didn't see anything. Uh, Boba Fett was in comics. So, Boba Fett had supposedly died in Return of the Jedi when Han Solo had turned around and hit Boba Fett's backpack uh, with a vibro axe and sent Boba Fett into the mouth of the Sarlacc. Uh, a lot of people have disagreed with that over the years. George Lucas says he died in he's George Lucas is the creator of Star Wars, but he says that Boba Fett died in the Sarlacc. Uh, Dark Horse, Marvel Comics, and let me see if I can find them real quick. Sorry to be turned away. Uh, and Star Wars: The Bounty Hunter Wars. It's a tale of Boba Fett crawling his way out of the Sarlacc. Three books. Later in the Star Wars series, uh, he would work for and against the rebels, or the New Republic as it was at the time. And let's see who. After, after that, we didn't see much of anything because there were no movies, but we saw comic books, we saw, but not a lot of stuff that mainly pertained to Boba Fett until I don't have a Jango Fett action figure. I have one based on uh, gaming. Not sure what game this was supposed to be. Star Wars Bounty Hunter. Okay, I've never played that game, but that's what he looked like in the Bounty Hunter game. I don't know how accurate this is to the once again to the movies. He showed up in 2002 Star Wars Attack of the Clones, where he was introduced and also was killed by Mace Windu when Mace Windu took his head off with a lightsaber. Uh, Also, we saw young Boba Fett there. Boba Fett turned out to be a young clone of Jango Fett himself, who didn't have any children. But his price for supplying the necessary DNA to the Commonians so they could make the Army of the Republic was to have his own unaltered clone to raise as a son. Uh, at Geonosis, where Jango Fett died. Boba Fett was there, and the last we saw of that was Boba Fett holding Jango's empty helmet. We later in Star Wars: The Clone Wars, uh, there was some more young Boba Fett stuff where he had put a group together to help avenge his father, or not avenge his father, but to go on bounty hunting. I'm trying to remember if we saw Boba. I don't believe we saw Boba Fett in Rebels, and nothing. And there were no Mandalorians, I believe, in the last trilogy. So yeah, in the film, that was the last time we saw any Mandalorians until last year with The Mandalorian. The Mandalorian is a TV series on Disney Plus. It's a little I want to say cartoon violence, except for there's a portion where Din, that's the name of the Mandalorian, Din Djarin, he pulls someone who's trying to run away through him through a collapsing door, and the door cuts him in half, but you don't see him. There's nothing that you wouldn't see in the movies. I think they made sure to keep that. In The Mandalorian, of course, the main character is the Mandalorian, but we found out that he wasn't the only Mandalorian. It seems that I don't know if it's just one Mandalorian patrols a different sector of the galaxy, but for sometime after the events of the Clone Wars, the TV series and the movies, the Empire went in and besieged Mandalore and drove the Mandalorian warriors underground. So that's why it is the Mandalorian and not a Mandalorian. Speaking of which, this is the first costume we see the Din Djarin in. I'm just going to call him the Mandalorian. It's all pieced together. It looks like there's nothing really matching. Through the series, he goes through and he's supposed to find a bounty. He goes and gets the bounty. He runs across an IG-88 assassin droid who is also trying to get the bounty. They find them. They have a disagreement of what state the bounty is going to go in, and the Mandalorian destroys the droid. Why? Because of this. This is known. The TV series calls it the Child. Almost everybody else calls it Baby Yoda because it's a young version of Yoda's species. The question is, where did it come from? It's 50 years old. So about the time of the Clone Wars, it would have been created. Was it an Imperial cloning? Someone trying to clone Yoda's species? Did Yoda have a child that we don't know? But this is, this is the child. This is the whole reason for the Mandalorian TV series existing. Yeah, along his adventures, we see him. He runs into other Mandalorians. Like I said before, this is a heavy infantry Mandalorian. Once again, there we go. This has a big repeating rifle, jetpack that allows him to fly. He and Din did not get along together at the very first. When they were in the culvert, they were about ready to fight, but then they were stopped by the Mandalorian armorer. I guess it looked like she was the head of the covert sect of Mandalorians hiding on that planet. When the Mandalorian brought the price for his bounty to her, she created him a new set of armor, all silver Beskar instead of all the different colors. Very sharp looking. I wish I'd had another one of them. And along his got an itch. Pardon me. Along his adventures, he met Cara Dune, our next rebel shock trooper. One of these days I will get all these out of here and put up. But this way. Yeah, she is an ex-rebel. She's a bodyguard shock trooper. Uh, she ran away when she decided the New Republic was turning pretty much into the Empire again. So, and nothing seemed to change. New people came into power and uh, proceeded to act like the people they took out of power. It seems. Throughout the show, uh, it looks like the series is actually based on a Japanese manga. I believe it's a manga called Lone Wolf and Cub, where a samurai is tasked with protecting this child, and he takes the child on all these adventures, much like the Mandalorian does with the Baby Yoda child. It's an enjoyable show. The second season is started the Friday night. Very enjoyable. I'm looking to see where they're going to take it this year. After the events of last season, I'm really looking forward to it. Excuse me. One more thing about Mandalorians. Anybody who's probably seen my episode or the Man in the Middle often has probably seen this. But I have my own Mandalorian helmet. It is unfinished. One of these days, I've had it for 5 years. It was finished at one time, and then somebody stole my whole uniform except for the helmet. So one of these days I'll finish it. I know somebody out there wants to see that. So yeah, this is the way. No, not yet. But one of these days I'll finish it. I actually had it looking nice at one time, but one of these days. All right. Once again, I'm Man in the Middle. This is for the kids. I didn't realize that when you make an episode for children or for young adults, that they take the comments away. So if you would like to see more, or if you have any questions, or you would like to see more of, not more, because I'll be doing this, once a week. If you have any questions on past episodes, if there's something that you would like to see later, I'm more than willing to do it if I have the information, if I have the knowledge or something to show off. So you can reach me at Man in the Middle 4 on Twitter, or let me see if I can remember it. TMINT, the Man in the Middle. Yeah, I think it's I need to get this memorized. TMINT at gmail.com. Just take the Man in the Middle at gmail.com, and it's just the first letter of every word. You can reach me there. Man in the Middle also has a Facebook page if you want to reach out to me there. I answer questions. I'll answer questions anywhere, or if you're friends with my wife, give her a call. I'll talk to you there. All right. Until next week. Starting next week, my filming hours are going to change. I'm starting a new job tomorrow. We work Monday through Saturday till I think I'm 2 noon on Saturday. So probably Saturday afternoons I will be filming. Definitely on Sunday. So I would assume Man in the Middle for Kids will either be Saturday afternoon or sometime Sunday during the day. I'm not quite sure which yet. So I look forward to seeing you then. I have a couple of choices for next week. If there's something you would like to see out of my choices or something else, let me know. But I'm looking at either Doctor Who. What was it? Doctor Who, another Star Wars, or just giant robots in general. I have a bunch of different. Oh, and some superheroes. I don't have enough one or the other, so if I do a superhero, it's going to be Marvel and DC both. So until next week, I'm Bill West. I'm the man in the middle, and this has been an episode for the kids. Talk to you then.